I'm sorry, sir. Sorry? Sorry? Sorry?
On petroleum products, didn't you bring cess on doing quitting?
On petroleum products? Excuse me, sir. I will answer what I've heard till now, but if members want to ask these questions, I will also point out to them. Citizens are our citizens. I have not raised any rates on any item, nor did I increase income tax. But if fuel is being brought to discussion, and that too by honourable member from Tamil Nadu, I will say their manifesto promised. They have not fulfilled their promise, and he is asking me question. Amazing. So, sir, N.K. Premachandran ji has said collections is after 16 years, sir. Several court cases were going on. We had to wait for the verdict to come. And then we've gone back to saying, yes, now all the hearings are over, verdicts have been received. We are going back to honoring the decision which was taken in 2008. But in between there were litigation. How could I violate that? So I am not misleading the House. Honorable Member Venugopal should please go back to analyzing if I've said anything wrong, and if this necessary amendment is reflective of a decision taken during their government. Thank you. Well, if you can cast out, yes, if you've done several wrong, we talk about it. We don't shy away. But this decision, which was, I don't need to hide. I'm saying it openly. I'm saying it before you. Members have shown concern for incremental increase over 12 lakhs. What if, I think this was a member, Shri Neeraj Maurya, who had raised this question about if income is 12.10 or 12.20 lakhs, tax will have to be paid. So ensure taxes are graded from 12 lakh rupees is what the suggestion came from Shri Neeraj Maurya. So I want to say that even while I read the budget speech, we made it very clear that marginal relief is being granted. Under the provision of Section 87A, it has been ensured that the tax payable by a person having income marginally above 12 lakhs is required to pay only the marginal amount of tax equal to the amount of income above 12 lakh, so that his carry home is also 12 lakh of rupees. So he may earn incrementally more, but he'll still take back to his home 12 lakhs, and that increment on the incremental amount, the calculation is also very well explained. For instance, with an income of 12.10 lakh, rupees 10,000 is what he earns over the 12 lakh that he already earns. So for that 10,000 rupees, it will be paid as income tax only. Tax without marginal relief on that person earning 12.10 lakh would have been 61,500. So we have given the marginal relief where he, for the 10,000 rupees he earns more than the 12 lakh. The 12 lakh is exempt from tax, but the 10,000 will have to be paid as tax. He would have ended up paying 61,500, whereas because of the marginal scheme that we've added into this scheme of income tax, he ends up paying only 10,000 rupees. So, and when income of rupees 12.20, only 20,000 will be paid, and he will still take the 12 lakh. Otherwise, the marginal relief, if not given, he would end up paying 63,500 rupees. So the marginal relief has been brought in for the incremental increase in pay. Sir, personal income tax has been reduced by way of rebate. This can be altered in the coming years. It may be done away with in the future years if income tax collection is lower. Was one of the questions asked by an honorable member here. Sir, I can only say, if you look at the track record, even during COVID, we did not raise tax. So where we have come up with a rebate in order to benefit the middle class, an element of suspicion is being brought in, saying, what if tomorrow you... I'm sorry, sir. Sorry? Sorry?
On petroleum products, didn't you bring cess on doing away?
On petroleum products? Excuse me, sir. I will answer what I've heard till now, but if members want to ask these questions, I will also point out to them. Citizens are our citizens. I have not raised any rates on any item, nor did I increase income tax. But if fuel is being brought to discussion, and that too by honourable member from Tamil Nadu, I will say their manifesto promised. They have not fulfilled their promise, and he is asking me question. Amazing. So, sir, N.K. Premachandranji has said collections in personal income tax have shown considerable buoyancy in the last few years. His question was, how are you showing income tax collection growth while giving 1 lakh crore revenue foregone? I want to let the honourable member know, N.K. Premachandranji, the calculations are not done without taking these 1 lakh foregone, income tax reduction. We've spent a lot of time, and most often, in fact, I would want you to please look at the last 5-6 years of the budgets. I've been accused of underestimating, never overestimating, but I've replied each time saying our calculations are realistic. And that is what I will use to explain in answering your question. Collections in personal income tax have shown considerable buoyancy, sir, in the last few years. They have been increasing around 20% year on year. For the year 25-26, the personal income tax projection is 13.6 lakh crores. The RE for 24-25, I'm talking of the projected, which is BE for 25-26, is 13.6 lakh crores. The RE of the year that we are completing, which is completing on 31st March now, is 12.2 lakh crores. So 12.2 lakh and going to a BE of 13.6 is done with a certain realistic calculation. The projection, sir, of growth for 25-26 is around 13.14%. The effective dip of around 7% in personal income tax growth is on account of the factoring in of the revenue foregone, which is 1 lakh. So the dip is already shown for the 1 lakh crore which is being foregone. So the calculation is after showing the dip. And that is why it is a realistic number. So the projected collections for income tax for 25-26 are based on sound data.
जनता को पैसा दिया है 1.5 लाख करोड़
Sir,
हमारी सरकार
income tax receipts
आपको भी मिला है.
So the growth rate question which Shri N.K. Premachandranji raised, I think I have sort of answered it. I'll now move to the privacy issues which people have raised. Privacy issues, which is not so much the finance bill related matter. It is a matter which is being taken up from the new income tax bill, which is with the select committee. But I want to assure the honourable member that a provision particularly to look at the data exists in the current environment, particularly in certain cases of search and seizure authorized by the competent authority, where access code is not available and the person concerned is not cooperating with the proceedings, the authorized officer may gain access to such computer system exists even now. Now it is now being specifically brought in and mentioned in the new bill because what is mentioned in the 1961 Income Tax Act is books of account, physically kept, and then the ledgers, and every manual record which will show about your income, your expenditure, your monies and all that is specifically mentioned. And since the 1961 Act does not mention the digital, most often it becomes contentious. People go to the court or question, all right, I've shown you my ledger, but why do you want my passcode so you will see my digital? Becomes an issue. So in order that what prevails now with a gap, that gap is getting filled up in the new income tax, which is before the bill, which is before the select committee. So in this, I will take a minute to explain as to why that digital thing will have to be brought in. Sir, encrypted messages and mobile phones, unaccounted money to the extent of 250 crores have been detected when the encryption has been decoded. One. Second, evidences which have been seized from WhatsApp messages, particularly crypto assets worth more than 90 crores, and the network of people involved in it have all come out of WhatsApp messages. Now, if the law does not give you the legal backing, in spite of the fact and evidence being in your face, you will have to go stand in the court to say, yes, but the law doesn't provide, but the evidence is here, the money is being misused, it is unaccounted money. It becomes tedious. And therefore, the digital element has to be brought in. I'll bring in one more example, sir. WhatsApp communications and incriminating materials found from such conversations helped to unearth the syndicate and identify the end beneficiaries of bogus bills worth 200 crores. So do I go to the court again saying, but the law doesn't allow me to look at WhatsApp messages? So we need to bring in. There's also another example, sir. Capital gains of 150 crore on sale of land was reduced to 2 crores by creating false documents of land cost of acquisition and also using all payments in banks statements as claims of investments and improved expenditure. So the WhatsApp group of key persons include many professionals also, unfortunately. So we had to contemplate on how to be lawfully on the side of law to say that these are evidences which are incriminating in themselves. Therefore, it has been brought in. I can also give one more, which is evidences have been found with the help of Google Map History. So in the case of Google Map History, sir, found on the phone was used to determine the frequented locations of individuals who enabled location history. This enabled detection of hideouts where cash and unaccounted transactions are kept, and that also came of help. So there is a need for us to change or add the digital elements into the Act itself. So one last example for that, sir. The prohibition of Binami properties, Instagram accounts was used to establish the beneficial ownership of vehicles. Expensive vehicles, no ownership details, track it at the going backward and forward. We could break the case by using Instagram. So benefit of technology for the sake of country's exchequer. The proposal so there were just one thing on which, although it doesn't relate to the finance bill, I will seek your indulgence. I'd like to answer this. Issue raised by Sri Neeraj Maurya about benefits to the vulnerable sections, SCs, STs, OBCs in the government initiatives. I will have to list them out, sir. Please give me that few minutes. Sir, under PM Kisan, around 76% of the farmers are SC, ST and OBC. I'm not sure if Neeraj Maurya ji is here, but I can see his party members being here, I hope you convey this to him. Under PM Awas Urban, in the last decade, 1.18 crore houses have been built for the poor. Of that, 1.18 lakh crores is 1 crore and 18 lakh. 42 lakh have gone for OBCs, and 23 lakh houses have gone for scheduled castes. 60% of the houses under the PM Awas Yojana Gramin have been given to SC/STs. 33% of the loans under PM Mudra Yojana have gone to SC/ST OBC-led enterprises. 70% of the beneficiaries under PM Swanidhi are SC/ST OBCs. Stand Up India schemes, which are helping the SC and ST entrepreneurs, 7,000 crores have been disbursed as loans for SC/STs. 65% of the loans under PM formalization of micro food processing enterprises is gone for SC/STs. And October 24, Honorable PM launched the Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan to address critical gaps in the social infrastructure, health, education and livelihood development in 63,800 tribal villages. And then the Janjatiya Gaurav Divas in 2023, which was announced, PM Modi launched PM Jan Man for targeted support to 75 particularly vulnerable tribal groups for whom they are residing in 18 states and one union territory for safe housing, clean drinking water, education, health, road and telecom connectivity, electrification and sustainable livelihoods. I seek your indulgence, sir. I would not go further explaining more. For those non-budget related questions which honorable members have raised, the benefits of PLI scheme and so on, I'm not elaborating more. K.C. Venugopal ji asked about the pay commission. I take this opportunity to explain. Sir, our government has always been sympathetic towards the employees and pensioners' issues. For the first time, this government has implemented the full parity between pensioners of pre and post 7th CPC, Central Pay Commission. Thus, all pensioners of the central government who had retired before 1/1/2016 are now drawing the same pension as employees who retired before 1/1/2016. That's the first one. Thus, the demand of pensioners regarding parity has been agreed to and implemented by our government under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Modi also approved the establishment of 8th Central Pay Commission to revise the salaries and benefits for central government employees in January 2025. Now, as regards the amendment, I'd like to highlight, just give a brief background so that Honorable Member Venugopal understands why this amendment. The 6th Central Pay Commission, sir, was an expert body that had threadbare examined all the issues, disparities, and even representations which were given by employees before making their recommendations. The 6th Pay Commission report was submitted in 2006. In March 2008, which thereafter, after careful consideration, was accepted by the government then, March 2008. The manner of fixing pension, which was recommended by the 6th Central Pay Commission, was similar to the previous CPCs. So, it was accepted then by the government in March 2008. by this amendment that we are bringing in, the government is actually restoring that which was accepted in March 2008, and the Sixth Pay Commission recommendation therefore is being honoured and respecting it as an expert body. That is what is the objective and the aim of this amendment which is being introduced in this. So 2008 Honourable Member Venugopal will know the government accepted it, and it is that which we are restoring today. Yes, because yes, I will. No, don't worry, I hear you. After 16 years. Oh, please, no, please sit down. Honourable Member, please sit down, I'll tell you. Why is after 16 years, sir? Several court cases were going on. We had to wait for the verdict to come. And then we've gone back to saying, yes, now all the hearings are over, verdicts have been received. We are going back to honouring the decision which was taken in 2008. But in between there were litigation. How could I violate that? So I am not misleading the House. Honourable Member Venugopal should please go back to analysing if I've said anything wrong, and if this necessary amendment is reflective of a decision taken during their government. Thank you. Well, if you can cast out, yes, if you've done several wrong, we talk about it. We don't shy away. But this decision, which was, I don't need to hide. I'm saying it openly. I'm saying it before you. If it wasn't in the court, I would have done it earlier. Thank you, sir.